And this is Morning Express on this 22nd day of February 2016. It's time for us to look at the way it is. And the way it is generally, we just look at politically what some of the things that have been happening over the week and the implications that they may have on us as a country, and also not just within Kenya but within the region. So of course, with Uganda going to the polls, we're going to be looking at some of what happened there. And of course, as we prepare for 2017, are there lessons, if any, that we can learn from Uganda? And let me go straight to introducing the panel this morning. And to my extreme left, we have Ambrose Weda, who is a lawyer. Thank you for joining us, and karibu sana. I hope you had a good weekend.
It was great. It was wonderful and a nice weekend.
Okay.
Restful.
Okay. Excellent. We also have Noah Akala, who is the Deputy Director for Elections in ODM. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Good to have you. And last but not least, we have a Member of Parliament from Bere, and that is Muriuki Njagagwa. Karibu sana.
Asante mkubwa.
All right. Well, let's start with what we have on the headlines this morning on the Daily Nation. And of course, corruption and greed has been a major issue that we have had in this country. And let me start with you, Member of Parliament, because this is really part of where you are, the Members of Parliament to pocket 3 billion in irregular pay. That's the headlines. Muriuki Njagagwa, in your own defense, why would you Members of Parliament want to do that to this country?
It's straight law that we were elected for a term of 5 years. But for some certain reasons, I hear and I'm told that the elections have been brought forward to August next year. So we'll be losing about 8 months of our parliamentary term. So it's only fair that Kenyans considers and pays for the unserved term, because the constitution is clear that we serve for 5 years. So I believe it's either we do one thing, we hold the next elections in 2018 March, we serve a full term, or we cut it short by about 8 months, then we get paid for the unserved term. So it's actually, it's not, yeah.
So your reason for moving the elections purely would be for you to get paid?
Not get paid, but we need also to get compensated for the term that we've not served. I mean, the constitution is clear, we do a 5-year term. Why isn't everybody letting us do the 5 years?
Okay. Noah Akala, do you feel that that is fair? I mean, it is, as it were, from their point of view, justified that they're going to lose 5 months.
8 months.
8 months, sorry.
I don't agree with Mweshimiwa on this point, for the simple reason that when the elections were conducted on March 4th of 2013, they knew that the elections had to be conducted on the second Tuesday of August following that, after 5 years. So they knew that their term was going to come to an end on August 8th, 2017. So they were not walking into this contract, this social contract with the people blind. They knew the terms and conditions, and if they had a problem with that, the appropriate time to have raised it would have been then, not now midstream. And another important point to consider is that they're serving. You know, it's not a favor that they're doing us. They're serving the people of Kenya. And when you're conducting a public service, you ought to consider that it should be in the interests of the people, not self-interest. For how long are 40 million Kenyans going to pay the bill for 290 individuals?
Okay. Ambrose Weda, do you feel that this is greed from the Members of Parliament, or is it just, you know, literally just asking for what they're worth?
You know, Honorable Muriuki Njagagwa was my classmate.
on that, given that there are other possibly developmental things that they disagree, but when it comes to their pay, when it comes to their own money, they seem to be a consensus?
The primary spokespersons for the Coalition for Reforms and Democracy are the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, His Excellency Kalonzo Musyoka, and Senator Moses Wetangula. No other person can offer an opinion that overrides that of our three co-principles. And our three co-principles have been clear in no uncertain terms on multiple occasions that the date of the elections ought to be August the 8th, and that any attempt to extend the date of elections will be defrauding the people of Kenya. So any other opinion you hear outside of the opinion rendered by those three is an individual opinion. It's not the position of the coalition. So I want to make it clear today, our three co-principles have stated on multiple occasions in the past, and will continue to state so, that any attempt to extend the date of elections is defrauding the people of Kenya.
But
day, I will say, Your Excellency, you're my good friend, but no extension of term. We are not Uganda, we are not Rwanda. We are Kenya, and we are in a better state. So this hunger for money, our members of parliament should know, will not go through. We will not give you a shilling extra. We will not push the debt, and we are ready. That is a fact.
All right. Let me come to you now, and maybe let's move on to something else, because I'm sure this one will agree to disagree for now. And we'll wait to hear what Kenyans have to say. I'd love to hear what you have to say regarding this particular proposal by the members of parliament. Do that via Twitter. I will read them as we get closer to the end of this particular discussion. But now, let's come back to matters graft. And we have Waiguru going before the EACC this morning, or sometime today. And we do know that the EACC had cleared her previously, although now they've come out to say that what they had cleared her was something different other than the 791 million shillings, which is still a mystery as we are now. Noah, is the EACC what we should entrust with helping Kenya get rid of graft?
You know, I've stated it on several occasions before, that the fight against corruption under the Jubilee administration is a joke. The EACC was first emasculated by the president last year in his State of the Nation address to Parliament, in which he attempted to subvert the role of the commission by receiving names of those who have been found or who have been investigated and found culpable of corruption and presenting those names to Parliament. That is not his role as president. What the commission ought to have done at that time was, once they've investigated, found people to have conducted suspicious activities, forwarded them straight to the Director of Public Prosecutions. They're prosecuted, convicted, jailed. Simple. The president had no role in that. The minute he accepted those names, and the perception out there was that he picked and chose which names to forward to Parliament, then the commission was rendered moribund. And thereafter, you saw that the commissioners were quickly dispatched of because of rumors that they were not playing ball. For a long time, we had a commission without commissioners, the same commission that sought to arrest the Right Honorable Raila Odinga for whistleblowing, a commission that is seeking to make the victim a criminal for speaking out against crimes against the Kenyan people. And now we see the EACC that has become known for clearing people one day and the next day preferring charges against them yet again.
But looking at the bigger picture, Noah, and the EACC, given that it is a selection